Sorry in advance if what I am about to type is not perfect. I am writing this out of raw emotions right now. My ex and I were together for 5 years, and we broke up in March. I know I was not emotionally the best with her. Basically, we were in a toxic relationship where hurtful things were often said, but I never once cheated. After the breakup, I have been attending therapy sessions to improve myself. Recently, I found proof that she has been talking to someone I had suspicions about while we were together. She said it was only her little brother's friend, so I let it be, but I guess my gut feeling was right. I sent her a birthday letter yesterday as her birthday is coming this Sunday. And now the boy has been stalking me a few times since last night. I really want to finally move on. But why do I still love her? I do not want to be in this position anymore. It has been 4 months. Story 1. Stop sending her love letters for starters. Next, go on some casual dates. No sex or kissing, just get out of the house type dates for about a month. Then you can hook up if you want. It won't actually help. I felt even worse, but you can try. I give it a year or 2 before you attempt anything serious. You could try therapy, but honesty is the only factor. Story 2. You need to end it with her in your mind. It was not healthy. You did not work. It takes 2 people working well together to stay connected. You did not have that, so you should move on. Grieve the relationship. Grieve the end of the person you were in that relationship. It does not help to send her a letter. Stop. Do not try to communicate or reach out. Just stop. For you, not for her. Find new things to do with other people. You can do this. This is the hard part. Story 3. Spend 5 months healing yourself with absolutely no contact and move on. 1 month of healing for every year of the relationship works for me. A man often takes a lifetime to get over a breakup, but all a woman needs is the next man. Story 4. Sounds like you were in a toxic relationship for a long time with someone who you were incompatible with. You bought into the sunk cost fallacy that the time you were together has to count for something. It does not. Sometimes relationships are just 2 people who care for each other in some way but are not genuinely good for each other. Love does not mean a relationship will last. Love does not equate to sexual compatibility. Love does not mean 2 adults can live together and share a life. Love just means you love that person. The rest is more important. Trust, respect, joy, emotional support, lifting each other up daily, being there, truly there, for each other when someone needs help, finding enthusiasm for your partner's goals and accomplishments, being comfortable just chilling out in the house for a day doing your own things, being comfortable, confident, and supportive in their relationships with friends, colleagues, and family. These are the things that make a relationship. Love is great, but love without this stuff is just an emotion. Those fade in the shadows of dark relationship dynamics. They should be let go. Don't cling to love when it is literally the only thread supporting something that has long since failed. Story 5. My husband was cheated on by his ex of 7 years. They were even talking about buying a house together and getting married, all that kind of stuff. According to my husband, the cheating broke him. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, and he couldn't focus on his work. He tried to get better by talking and drinking with friends and using dating apps. Then we met. There is no quick path to getting better. You just need time, an outlet, and most of all, to stop contacting the person who betrayed your trust. Story 6. Eventually, you will get over her. I understand why you are still trying to hang on, but you identified that it was a toxic relationship. Unfortunately, the toxic situations you brought into the relationship likely encouraged the consequence she gave you by cheating. The relationship is over, and you will definitely come to terms with this and realize it. Continuing to have contact with someone who is no longer part of your life is a little odd. Given the circumstances and knowing this was your fault, I can see why you might be holding on. However, I think it would be beneficial for you to separate yourself and no longer reach out to her. I would hate to think she might get upset and seek a restraining order if she finds your contact threatening now that the relationship has ended. You did the right thing by starting therapy to help identify how you can change. That is always a great first step. I encourage you to continue your therapy because it will help you discover the person you want to become rather than the person you used to be. Story 7. Went through the same situation 3 years ago, but I was in my late 20s. The only thing that helps is time. It hurts, but no amount of alcohol, drugs, meaningless sex, or partying will fix it. Do you have a favorite hobby? Have you considered getting a gym membership? Could you take classes online? Do you want to beat a video game you've been putting off? You have to date yourself. When you are truly content being alone, love will find you again. I made the worst choices after my breakup. Then I realized one day that the person I'm going to end up with is going to love me like I love them. I just hit 1 year with my new girlfriend today, 3 years after my worst breakup. And I think about that time alone and wish I could give him this advice. Although I probably wouldn't have taken it at the time, due to feeling bad about myself. Story 8. Understand something. Life is just that. Heartaches and letdowns. But from those heartaches and letdowns, doors to opportunities and experiences open. Do things you enjoy. Go places you've never been. Take trips to places you want to visit. Do things that make you step out of your comfort zone. Most importantly, disconnect all contact. That means deleting her phone number, her photos, and her gifts to you, regardless of what they are or what they mean. Everything that reminds you of her, be realistic, is what you need to get rid of before you can confidently do any of those things I suggested. Out of sight, out of mind. Once she's out of sight, she's out of mind, and your recovery starts. Self-talk needs to improve from, how do I move on? To, I am moving on. Keep your head up and take it day by day. Medication can help you get a handle on things, but make it a point to get off them once you're on track. You're good. Just keep trying every day. Story 9. I have direct experience with this. I split from my partner of over 10 years after finding out she cheated. It destroyed me. I both despised her and still loved her at the same time. It was rough. I did a lot of therapy and, most importantly, focused on the things that made me happy. I got a puppy, made some friends at the dog park, took up new hobbies, and started going to the gym. I used to think about my ex every day, and it hurt, but slowly that faded. Now I am happier than I have been in years. I am now dating and meeting new people. I never think of my ex anymore. It just took time and a focus on getting my life right. Story 10. I wish I had a magic pill, a shred of deep, insightful knowledge to impart to you. I caught my wife cheating 14 years ago after we had been married for 24 years. Everyone is unique. What works for you to recover might not work for me or anyone else. I truly hope you find your solution to overcome the demons that haunt you from your relationship. If this helps you at all, a bartender once told me, look at your wife as being dead, replaced by a monster. It may look like her, sound like her, but it is a monster intent on your destruction. Seeing you like this only feeds the monster. It helped me somewhat, not enough to ever trust a woman enough to enter a relationship again, but at least I am not wanting to take a long jump with a short rope. Story 11. On the surface, I understand your pain, but it is just a bunch of chemicals, very addictive ones, and the symptoms will subside. No one gets through without periods of discomfort, and this is yours. It will do you some good in the long run. Holding on is futile and will only extend your pain. Check out Joe Hudson's material on YouTube for dealing with emotions. Story 12. It is very difficult, but you need separation and time. Do what you can to completely distance yourself from her and reminders of her. This will make it much easier to heal. It will not be easy, but that is the path forward. Story 13. You want to move on? Do not do foolish things like sending a birthday card to someone who is no longer in your life. Let her move on too, brother. Story 14. For starters, cut her out of your life, especially knowing she was unfaithful. Get angry and tell her to leave you alone. If she tries to contact you, do not send her a birthday greeting, check her on social media, or respond in any way. She no longer exists in your world. You deserve better. The next step is time. Spend time alone and avoid rushing into another relationship. Engage in hobbies, spend time with friends and family, and do whatever makes you happy. Over time, the pain will lessen, you will think about her less, and you will genuinely move on. Story 15. I'll never forget what my dad told me when I went through something similar at your age. Did you really think you would be together forever? It sucks now, but once you get a little older and have genuine order in your life, the field will be in your favor. Story 16. It may sound harsh, but life does go on. You have to keep your head up and keep moving. It is okay to be sad, and it is okay to cry, but you cannot stay there forever. Story 17. Don't feel too hurt. I was in a relationship for 9 years, from age 20 to 29, and mine left me and moved to the other side of the country for a guild mate she met. Find a hobby, go out more, and do what you have always wanted. Keep good friends and family close because they are the ones who will always be there for you. Story 18. Time does not heal all wounds, but it does give perspective. 10 years from now, you will look back on this and be grateful that you got out of a bad relationship. If you can picture that future now, it will help you move forward faster. Hit the gym, find some hobbies, and someone worthy of you will cross your path. Story 19. Crazy situation. Do you really want it? Smart move, move on. Seriously, your relationship is supposed to be a positive in your life. Sounds like this one is a disaster. Let it go. Don't waste your time. Good luck. Story 20. Sorry to hear about this. It seems to be happening more and more. This happened to me after a 12-year relationship, and it destroyed me. Move on as best you can. It is really hard. This video helped me a lot. Beyond this, hold this to be true to yourself. Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Story 21. If you have only been with one person since the age of 17, then you are still trapped in the emotional state of your adolescence. You need to broaden your horizons. She may have been the first, but at the age of 22, she is not going to be the last. Put her in the back corner of your mind and focus on developing yourself into the man you want to be. Is that man a 17-year-old boy chasing a girl who has not become a woman yet and cared so little about you that she is ready to jump on the next person that comes along? Or do you want to be the man with fond memories of your first love and are ready for something more serious? Or are you the 22-year-old man who still has to sow some wild oats, needs to let his brain develop, and his heart to heal? Whatever you want to be, it has to be the start of something new. Cannot be wallowing in the past. Stop checking up on her. Stop sending her birthday wishes. And if that friend of her brother keeps stalking you, either confront him or get a restraining order. Story 22. This is one of those periods in life where the only real medicine is time. You are going to have to endure it. You are moving on, but it is not a quick process. It does not just happen overnight. Keep taking care of yourself, and one day you will realize that you have not thought about her in weeks, then months, and eventually only occasionally. It will become just a memory. Story 23. Cut that out. No more contact. No letters, texts, or phone calls. Delete her number. Remove her from social media. Everything. Make it as difficult as possible for you to contact her. Get a hobby. Continue therapy if you have personal issues. Work on yourself and exercise regularly. There is no sugar-coated, easy answer. That is the truth. Become the source of your own happiness by learning to be happy with yourself. If you do not, every relationship you build from now on will be based on dependency rather than mutual respect. It is not easy to hear, but you need to hear it. Fix yourself before you find someone else. Story 24. It's okay to still love her. 5 years is a long time, but now it's time to choose yourself and continue with therapy. Block her, block him, protect your peace, and you will heal. Story 25. Original poster. I know the feeling of betrayal by the person to whom I gave all of myself. Yes, it is hard to move on, and I have been in your shoes. I was suicidal for a reason, and it took me some time to forget the pain. But you will need to steel yourself and be productive with your life. Just try going to the gym to tire yourself out, and with time you will forget. Maybe in the long run you will find a non-toxic partner. It may not be now, but soon. Just better yourself and you will be fine. Do not seek revenge. The best revenge is to become successful by improving yourself. Story 26. As long as it hurts, no contact. Put that heart on ice until you have packed up all your things and gotten away from there. You do not owe anyone a conversation, especially not to someone who has obviously decided that instead of addressing a problem in the relationship, they would not talk and instead do something that violated the commitment. After that, delete their numbers, block their numbers, and all their social media contacts. Never contact them again. You have more important things to do. Everything has been said. That is why the cheating, breakup, and therapy happened, because there was nothing left to say between you two. It was time for action, and both of you took action. You know this was an unhealthy relationship. Do you want to have another one of those? Or would you rather use this time you have now to become someone who can avoid red flags and maybe find a better relationship in the future when the wounds have healed? Story 27. Do you have a big middle finger? If not, then grow one. Show it to your ex first, and then show it to the rest of the world, to whomever needs to see it. Eventually, settle down with someone to whom you have never shown the middle finger. Story 28. Do not waste your time on someone who does not want you. For me, it kills all attraction towards her once I find out she is not interested. The same goes for cheating. She disrespected you and wants someone else. Story 29. Welcome to life. Every human experiences heartbreak, sometimes multiple times. After each relationship, you learn more about yourself and what you will and will not tolerate. At the same time, take this opportunity to improve yourself. If you cannot sleep at night, get a second job to earn extra money. If you are not worried about money, go to the gym and spend time there releasing stress and anxiety. From this point on, anything you do should be beneficial to you alone. Story 30. Hurtful things were often said. Never use passive voice like this. Instead, say, I said hurtful things. This is how you move on. Story 31. The best advice I ever received was from an older female friend. She said, the best way to get over one girl is to get under another. She was very correct. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.